Hey y'all, my name is Nat. I hope you're having a terrific day today, and for this video we are going to be doing my August TBR. Alright, before you get into anything bookish, make sure to hit like and subscribe down below, as well as tell me in the comments what's something you're really looking forward to reading in August. Is it like an anticipated release? Is it one you're just finally prioritizing? Let's talk about it. I cannot believe it is already August. 2024 does not feel like it has been that long for it to already be in the 8th month of the year. Wild, wild. However, that said, I am very excited for August because I have a lot of reading plans, but I actually am really ahead on video plans right now, which is great. It means I get to prioritize more books that I just want to mood read, and that's always fun. But even so, I still am gonna do my TBR jars for the month. So let's start out. This is my physical shelf. Okay, and we're gonna go right here. What's this one? First book in a series, which on one hand, like, damn it. I've been doing really good at staying on top of series, but I started a few last month. But you know what? Oh well, we're just gonna roll with this because honestly, it works for a prompt I have. Foundry Side by Robert Jackson Bennett is gonna be our first book in a series because this is going to fulfill my fantasy book club that I do. Our prompt this month is for heists, and that's literally why I bought the start of the series, is because I think it was Dasha said it was a heist story, and I personally really enjoy a good heist. I think it's probably because of watching like the Ocean's movies or The Italian Job with my dad a million times.
I had a bad experience. Damn it, I'm deaf.
Probably where my love of heists came from. Apart from the heist though, there's also a really interesting magic system in this universe where I think it's almost kind of like coding, where they will inscribe like an instruction on something so that it will continue doing whatever you instruct it to do. The easiest example I always hear is like you tell a cart that it is rolling downhill, so it always moves as though it's rolling downhill even when it's not. You get what I'm saying? And I'm really intrigued to see how this author utilizes that magic system in the world and in the story with the heist. I can't wait. I also think this has a sapphic romance going on in it, so like a lot of things working here for me. I do need to read it pretty early in the month so that I can talk about it at my book club, but so that one worked out perfectly. Then for our digital pick, we're gonna go with this one. Oh, video related. So easy. I love this. Basically, it means I can pick any book that's on my TBR that is related to a video that I'm filming. I guess we'll go with my Star Wars book for the month. Technically, the whole idea of these TBR jars is to help me read books that I'm not currently prioritizing, but every once in a while, your girl needs some help. Even if I'm ahead on videos, I always have like 4 videos in the works. So my next Star Wars book that I need to read is Temptation of the Force by Tessa Grunton. This is still in the High Republic. This is actually the last one that is currently published, and then I'll be caught up for the time being. We're still continuing to follow our Jedi who are fighting against the Nihil. The Nihil have sectioned off this portion of space and claimed it as their own, but the Jedi are trying to help the people that are there. Unfortunately, the people on the cover are Elzar Mann and Avar Kriss, who have had this very tumultuous relationship, is I guess how I'm gonna put it, but things have been even more complicated when something Elzar did that is very not Jedi has been brought to light. And I am a little intrigued to see how that element goes. I do enjoy seeing Elzar struggling with his relationship as a Jedi, but not in his romantic feelings, which I'm worried this is going to focus on. So that is going to be my digital pick for the month. We'll see how that goes. And I guess since we were just talking about Star Wars, let's go ahead and talk about the one other Star Wars book I'm going to be reading this month, which is Padawan by Kiersten White. And this is going to be jumping me forward out of the High Republic. The events of this book still take place before Phantom Menace, but obviously from the cover, we're going to be following a young Obi-Wan, and I am so excited.
Hello there.
It looks like in this one, Obi is kind of starting to have this struggle in power with Qui-Gon because he's getting more comfortable in his role as a Jedi, but he's still a Padawan. So unfortunately, he ends up running off on his own to this mysterious planet and runs into a bunch of teenagers that are living there. So this one's definitely gonna be a young adult novel, but even so, I'm still very excited to finally see Obi-Wan in these books. I cannot wait. I also already talked about with Foundry Side that I'm going to be reading that for my fantasy book club, but as per usual, I am going to participate in a few other book clubs. Another in-person book club I have is romance focused, and our prompt this month is Let's Go to the Beach. And I'm going to go with Triple Sec by TJ Alexander. This definitely gives me beach vibes. I was lucky enough that my friend Allie got me a ARC copy, and she actually got it signed for me too. All I really know about this is that it's a throuple romance, and I can't freaking wait. It looks like this bartender ends up getting involved in the relationship between Bebe and Cade, who have an open marriage, but eventually Mel realizes that not only does she have feelings for Bebe, she also has feelings for Cade. And it's gonna be my first poly romance, and I'm very excited to read it, if I'm being honest. I also cannot wait to discuss it with the ladies at my book club. Then there's the Full Moon book club that is hosted by Jen Agaton, and this month's pick is This Wretched Valley by Jenny Kiefer. Keep seeing this cover everywhere, and I've been wanting to read more horror. I think it's like a survival horror where this group of people like go hiking, or maybe it's climbing. I don't know, get stranded or like their lines break, something like that. I don't really know. I don't want to know too much. I'm just excited to try it out. I've mentioned before, I'm a member of Jan's Patreon, and she also hosts this challenge every month, the Coffin Covers Challenge, where she'll give you some prompt, and you have to find that object on the cover of one of the books you're reading. So this month's challenge is a moon, and I'm going to be going with The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana, which also works because I've been wanting to read this one for some time now. My friend Kat actually annotated it for me, which means it's going to be a very fun reading experience. I think this rides the line between being a romance and being like this cozy, whimsical family novel, where we're following this woman who is a witch, and she does YouTube videos utilizing her powers, but everybody just thinks it's special effects and editing. However, one day she gets a request for her to come teach these witch children at like an orphanage maybe, but apparently in their society it's really unusual for witches to congregate because it just gathers too much magic and will attract attention. Then I think there's like a little bit of a romance going on with the grumpy librarian. Yeah, I'm very excited for this one. I definitely think it sounds right up my alley. It's gonna be a cute, cozy, fun time. And then, as I said, Kat's annotations are definitely gonna just amp up my enjoyment. Shockingly, that is it for book clubs this month. But I am planning to partake in the Full Moon Readathon for August. It is the first 2 weeks of August, and I am so excited. So if you've never heard about this one, there are 4 different character cards, each having 3 prompts. There are 2 reading prompts as well as 1 activity, and your goal is to try and get as many characters as possible. So from the top, for the Mummy, you need to read a paperback book. Obviously, the last 3 I've held up are paperbacks. Then there is to read a book that you've had for a long time, and honestly, I do believe Foundry Side could work for this one. This isn't the oldest book on my shelves, but it's definitely up there for one of the oldest books on my own TBR, so I think I might count this. Next character is the Raven, and first is to read a classic, you know, Edgar Allan Poe, The Raven. I think I'm gonna go with And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, mostly because I've been meaning to read this book for so freaking long, and it's on my own TBR, so I'm just gonna officially do it. I'm gonna take the plunge. This is like one of the original locked room murder mysteries where everybody's a suspect and slowly people start dying left and right. Shockingly, I haven't been spoiled for this, at least I don't think, so hopefully this will be an entertaining ride. I have heard that Christie tends to give a really big cast, which can be confusing, meaning I'll probably need to read this physically. I could still try on audio. We'll see. Then the next one is to read a book by an author you love. I think I'm gonna go with one of my anticipated releases, which is Lady Macbeth by Ava Reid. I am so excited for this book. Obviously, it's a Macbeth retelling focusing on Lady Macbeth. That's all I need to know. It's Ava Reid's writing, and it's gonna be gothic, it's gonna be creepy, it's gonna be beautiful. For The Clown, I'm currently hoping that my hold will come in so that I can complete both prompts with 1 book. First is a book with humor, and second is a colorful cover. And I'm looking towards The Guncle Abroad by Stephen Rowley. I read The Guncle, I guess I officially finished it in July, and really adored it. It was very cute, very sweet. The sequel had just recently come out, so there is a bit of a wait on the ebook and audiobook version at my library, but I'm on the list. It is getting closer, so I'm hoping that I will be able to read that one and finish both of those prompts with a single book. Lastly is the werewolf character. So first up, you have to read a book where a wolf is involved. And I'm going to use this to push me to read Such Sharp Teeth by Rachel Harrison, which is following this woman who slowly is turning into what she believes is a werewolf. Rachel Harrison, so it's a little cozier humor. It's probably got some good discussions going on, some commentary woven into the story, I believe. And then this is on not only my 10 books to get read in 2024, but also my 12 recommendations from 12 friends. It's doing a lot of work. For the last of the reading prompts is to read a special edition, and I'm finally gonna get around to The Invocations by Crystal Sutherland. I don't want to know anything about this book, honestly. I have this Evernight edition that is stunning, and it will work for my Judge a Book by its cover on my Our Fantasy bingo board, meaning I can't really know anything about it in order for it to count. And on that note, that is it for today, y'all. We got through this TBR really easily, surprisingly. I have a good few books that I am gonna try and get read off of my shelves this month, and that makes me so excited. Then I'm also going to be getting out of the High Republic era in my Star Wars project. Excited about that. It looks like August is going to be a great month. Fingers crossed that's true. I hope it is for you as well. That's it for today, y'all. Thank you so much for going to my channel. I really appreciate it. Make sure to hit like and subscribe down below. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, leave me a sunflower emoji in the comments. I have all my socials as well as a few ways you can support me linked in the description. I come out with videos on Monday and Friday, but until then, I hope you continue to have a terrific day. Love you. Bye.